Welcome to the Flat Racing Guru TV. I'm just going to do a quick YouTube video tonight. We'll cover some races at Kempton and Leicester. Right, we'll get straight into it because downloading time. I haven't got my my host set up yet, so I'm just going to give this a quick test to see how it goes. But the rest of the podcasts will all be radio form, just like listening to the radio. I'm going to get straight into the 5:45 at Kempton. It's a 2-year-old nursery handicap. The two I've picked out are Amazing Fox. Well, Amazing Fox, actually, they paid 180 grand for him, and he hasn't turned out. He's either a long-term plan or he's disappointing. They had something planned for him, but he's been quite disappointing. 2-1 for a horse that's shown disappointing. They did pay 180 grand, as I say, and they expected him to be a much better type than what he's shown. So he's been quite disappointing. I would pick him out, and also Rajaman and Gregorian Girl, who's by Gregorian. Obviously been running to get handicapped. Those are the three I would pick out, but it's not really a race I would be interested in for betting, because of Amazing Fox as being so disappointed. I actually did tip Amazing Fox on debut because he did get a good report, but he's been disappointing, as I say. Rajaman's, they're not very highly classification this race, so we'll just move on to the 6:15 because I'm really interested in one here, and that's Crash Helmet. Crash Helmet. What happened to Crash Helmet was he had a bit of an accident at home, and they really thought a lot about him. And he's just ran the other day. Well, just over a month ago, at Wolverhampton, and it was just an average run, but this horse is really quite decent in his homework, and there's really only one horse to beat in the race on form so far. That's the favourite, Made of Spirit. But I do really think we should go in on Crash Helmet as a 2-point bet in the 6:15 at Kempton. We'll quickly go to the 6:45, and I've got Happy Escape. Tony Carroll does well at Kempton, and the Irish horse Gunmaker. I think those two are the ones to concentrate on. I'm not going to go into detail and give handicaps and ratings and all this, because it is a YouTube video, so it's going to take a bit to download. It's not going to be the podcasts in the future, because they'll be hosted by a host, and they'll download immediately and then go straight to the SoundCloud and iTunes and the other platforms while I'm hosting them on Twitter and Facebook and so on. So anyway, I think Happy Escape here and Gunmate are the two to concentrate on. There's still, there's a few horses in here. It's not really a deep race. I would say Noble Star, if you wanted to do a tri-cast. Noble Star, James Fanshaw's 5-year-old, could be the one to get you the tri-cast spot. We'll go quickly onto the 7:15. And what I've got down here, yes, I've got two down here. There's Goodwood Showman, William Knight's Goodwood Showman, and what is the other one? Yes, Andrew Baldwin's Exit. Right, Exit. That's a half sister to Brief Visit. Yeah, Brief Visit's a really big horse. And this is the half sister. And I think it's had 4 runs to date. I think it's going to be close between Exit and Goodwood Showman today. There is a word out for Goodwood Showman, and he is a Scopy type. They paid 32 grand for him. He is a Scopy type, a nice sort from William Knight. And also Marco Botti's Early Dawn could improve after 3 runs today. So those are the 3 to concentrate on. I would sort of split my stakes between Exit and Goodwood Showman, and I would put early dawn. You can do the TriCasts at Bet365 for these types of races. I would go that way. So we'll quickly go to 7:45. I'm just going to go straight into it and say, get your money on Velvet Revolution. I mean, Marco Botti's 5-year-old. Gabriel Malune takes the £3 off. The dangers are Arab Moon, Gavlar, and Age of Wisdom, I would say. And the 8:15, I've got a really good, strong feeling about this race. I think there's 5-8 Peter Chattel High Ems. I did get a good report as a 2-year-old for this one. I'm not going to look it up because we have time. I think Macasab is the danger there, and I think we'll just quickly move. We'll quickly move on to Leicester, and we'll go down the card. 5:25. Blame Roberta and Harperelli. It's a 2-horse race on ratings. They're miles clear of the others. I'd probably favour Blame Roberta, over Harperell. We'll go down to the 5:25. Yes, Biotic. Looks a 1 to me. Mokambi and Spirit of Bell are the dangers. I'm not a really type of keen on Leicester myself. It's sort of a funny trap that can come either side and then drift into the middle, and you don't know which side the pace is on. It's really a funny track for me. It's hard to get a grip with that track, Leicester. You do get some surprises. So you're looking at horse and distant horses, in which is Biotic and Spirit of Bell are both won over course and distance, and Mokambi, and they're probably the best 3 with the current ratings. That's topping the list. So Biotic, Mokambi, and Spirit of Bell. I would just do a combo TriCast, combo forecast. Just small for a bit of fun. I wouldn't get really caught up in a race like this. 6:25. I would go for Retribution. It's the David Lanigan's got 2 in here. Obviously he's got the favourite Take a Turn, but Retribution is a nice type. He's obviously had a bit problems when it was a 2-year-old. It's obviously taken a while to get him ready, but I would say he's probably the class horse of this race, considering what I know about these horses. Obviously I get to know a lot about them as they're 2-year-olds and what the trainers are thinking, the early days, but they can go wrong. Anything can happen in that space of time. But Retribution was a nice type. What he did, as I say, he did have a little setback, but he could come out first time at 10-1 and win this race. No problem at all, because I think he is the class of the race. Right, we'll go on to 6:55. We'll go straight in and say Peggy Sue. He's probably top rated to win this. Obvious dangers, Charm and Guest, Indian Tigress, they're all dangers. It's not a race to get caught up in. So, Peggy Sue's probably going for the hat-trick. So that's one to keep one side, I think. And the 7:25, I would say there's 2 in this that stand out, but as I say, it's another one of those Class 6 handicaps. Potter's Lady Jane and Sexy Secret. Sexy Secret's a course and distance winner, so you want to, stick with that one. And Potter's Lady Jane, Lucy Wadham, it's a really trainer I really like with the older horses. But as I say, let's recap. I think tonight our best bet for me is a 6:15 at Kempton, which is Crash Helmet. I would make that my nap of the night, and I would be involved with Velvet Revolution and 5-8, and thinking about also Exit and Goodwood Showman. I think those 2 could be first and second, so it depends what price they are. You could split your stakes. And that's the Flat Racing Guru's summary of tonight's racing. But as I say, the next time you hear me, I'll just do the podcasting, and we'll get some guests on. I'll try to get some trainers from South Africa. I'll show you how to do the ratings in South Africa. They have merit ratings. It's not been done in the UK. Daily tips on South African races. At the races used to have guys on, South African tipsters, who were very good, by the way. It'll be, I'll try to introduce you into more sort of South African races while going through the winter all weather in the UK. and when we get to it, we'll do Maidan, and if we've got time, we can look at some of the jockeys I'm following in Hong Kong at the moment. One of them's a friend of mine, so we'll do all that. But it should be a good place to get winners from. I'm not going to give direct winners, every race, because of the liabilities. You're not going to be getting all these accumulators up and taking millions off bookies, because we just can't work like that. We'll just have to go race by race, give a few that with a chance in each race, and obviously have a few what we'll point you towards at the end of the show, that our best bets for the day. So that's me done for today, and let's see how it goes. See you next time.